1 fishing pond, 2 amenity centers, 3 lot size options, and an incredibly low property tax rate. Today we're going to be taking a look at Kallison Ranch. Now, Kallison Ranch is a master planned community located on the northwest side of San Antonio. Now, we have quick access to Highway 1604 and Highway 211, and we're actually just up the street from the Alamo Ranch Shopping Center. So if you're looking for entertainment, you're looking for dining and shopping options, well, they have plenty. And this area is actually going to have a Sprouts built just down the road from the community. Of course, as I mentioned, this community contains 2 amenity centers, but in addition to that, they actually have an on-site elementary school. And don't worry, the middle school and high school is just down the road, actually across the street from this community. But today, we're actually going to be taking a look at one of Perry Homes' model floor plans on their largest lot, which is going to be a 60-foot lot. So this is one you're not going to want to miss, so don't go anywhere, and let's go ahead and take you inside and check it out.
All right, everyone, so today we're going to be taking a look at Plan 3568 by Perry Homes. Now, this home in particular is going to have 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms with a 3-car garage. Now, with this floor plan, you can have an optional 5th bedroom and extra bathroom on the 2nd floor. So as we take a look further inside this home, I'll go ahead and show you in that area if you decided to add that bedroom and bathroom on, where that would be located. But as we walk right into this home, we are going to be greeted by the entryway, and it's going to have 19-foot ceilings, so you really get that feeling of a grand entryway. And in the first room that we're going to take a look at on the left-hand side is going to be the home office. Now, this room is going to be about 11 by 13 in size. You're going to have those large oversized windows there, so it really just kind of brightens up the space and just makes the room feel a little larger than it is, which is always a plus. And as we make our way down this first hallway here, we are going to have the half bath to our right, which we will take a look at in just a bit. And we are going to be taking a look at the first guest room right here. Now, this room is going to be about 11 by 12 in size. And again, it is going to have those larger windows there, which really helps brighten up the space. And this room is also going to have the attached full bathroom right here as well. Now, this one is going to have the stand-up shower. But whether you are looking to build or buy an inventory home, that will just depend on what you get, right? So if you are building, of course, you get to choose your options. So if you didn't want the stand-up shower, then you can have the tub with the shower. But if you wanted to buy an inventory home with Perry, then you would kind of just get what the builder built in that spec home. So it may have a tub with the shower or just maybe the stand-up shower. Really just depends on what the builder decided to build there. Now, this, like I said, is going to be the half bath. So it is great for a guest bathroom. It's right at the front of the home, so it's a really good location. And this is going to be the laundry room, and it is going to be, you can kind of see towards the back there, it is going to be attached, or you will have access rather, to one of the primary closets. So as Frank takes us through the home and through the primary bedroom, we will take a look at that feature a little more. Now, right there where you see the sales office, that's actually going to be where your 3-car garage is going to be. And then you're going to have that little mudroom area right off of the garage. So, of course, it's going to be drywalled. It is just the sales office for now, but that's where your 3-car garage will be. Now, as we make our way further inside the home, we are taking a look right now at the dining room right here. So while you have your designated space for a dining room, I really like the option that it gives you, because it still opens up and kind of leads into the living room and the kitchen. So it is a formal dining area, but it's not closed off. You can still, have access to those rooms, or if you're hosting a party, you have people sitting in that dining room area, they can still converse and see people in the living room and the kitchen. So it's a really nice option there. Now, the kitchen here is going to have your double oven and, of course, the microwave. The pantry is going to be right there located in that corner area. And as you can see here in this kitchen, you have a ton of cabinet space, drawer space there. So that's always really nice and a plus in a kitchen. You're also going to have your farmhouse sink right there. So it is an oversized large sink. And right here on the stovetop, you can see that you're going to have a 5-burner stovetop, which is really nice. And this community is going to be a gas community, so you will have that gas stovetop. Now, as we take one last look here around the living room, you can see that it does open up into the into the living room, and you also going to have your large island. So again, this floor plan is just really great for entertaining family, friends. You have this little breakfast area right here, so you can add an additional table there in that area. And as we take a look in the living room here, you're going to also get 19-foot ceilings here in the living room. So it really just helps to make the space feel even larger. So as you can see, a ton of space here to converse with family and friends, to host game nights, parties, is anything really here. It's really nice for entertaining. And we're now going to be making our way into the primary bedroom. And right here, you're going to see that this room is going to have a wall of windows right there. So that really is a nice feature. It really helps with that natural lighting in the room, makes the room feel nice and bright. And in this primary bedroom, you're also going to have 12-foot ceilings. So that also helps with making the room feel larger as well, which is always really nice. And you're going to have the primary bathroom that's going to be attached to the primary bedroom. Now, this is actually a really large bathroom. You're going to have a large tub right in front of the stand-up shower. And then you're going to have two separate closets here in this primary bathroom. So this is going to be the first closet, and you're going to see that it is going to have an attached or installed shelving right here. So that's really nice. You can utilize that for shoes, handbags, accessories, just really whatever you need. And this glass shower here is going to have entry at 2 different points there, which is really nice. And you're also going to see that it's going to have a double vanity. They're going to be separate. So you have your, separate sinks and your separate drawers and cabinets there, which is nice. You're going to have an area there for the toilet that has a door, so you can close that off. And then in just a second, we're also going to be taking a look at the second closet here in the primary bathroom. And this closet is going to have that same shelving that is installed in the closet, which is nice. But the extra nice thing about this closet here is that, like I mentioned earlier, it is going to be attached to the laundry room. So as you can see, we're going to have a door. You can close that off, but you're going to have quick, easy access to the laundry room from one of those primary closets, which is really nice. And here we'll take one last look there at the garage area. Right before we make our way upstairs, on the second level of this home, you're going to have the 2 extra bedrooms. If you wanted to add that 5th bedroom, it is going to be just to the left of the game room. So this floor plan does have a game room and a media room, which is really, really nice. You can see here they have it set up with like a ping pong table, so you can really utilize this space with whatever games you have, or you can even utilize it as a second sitting area, a second living room, an office space if you're working from home. If you homeschool your kids, you can use this as a little classroom area. So really just whatever fits your needs. But if you did want to add that 5th bedroom and that extra bathroom, it would be right here just to the left-hand side of that game room. So instead of that drywall area there, that's where you would have those rooms located.
All right, just a quick break from the video. If you like this style of content, feel free to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you can stay up to date with more home tours just like this. All right, now back to the video.
And we're going to be taking a look at the media room here, which is really nice. You're going to have those double doors there to close off to really make it feel like you are in a movie theater, right? You're going to have the sound system with the speakers there on the ceiling. You're going to have that nice large screen there. So a really, really nice media room there. But a couple things that I do want to point out about the Kallison community is going to be, like Frank mentioned, it does have a really low property tax rate. It's going to be about 1.84%. So with this community, you are going to be in the county. You're not going to be within the city limits. So you would not be paying those city taxes. So you get a nice break on that property tax rate there. And as Frank mentioned as well, you are going to have two amenity centers here within the community. So that's going to come with 2 pools, 2 playgrounds, dog parks, which is really nice. So you'll have access to all of that. The HOA fee is going to be about $649 annually. So that's just something that you would pay yearly, and you'll have access to all those amenities, as well as a really nice fishing pond that they do have here in the community. So it's really nice. You can go out and fish there. It's an extra special feature there. And with the on-site elementary, you are going to have that within the community, and the middle school and the high school are going to be just right across the street, so not a far commute. So if you do have kids, that are in school, then you will not have to travel far to get them to and from school. Those schools are going to be located within NISD, which is Northside Independent School District. So while you are not within city limits, you are in the county and just paying county taxes. The schools are going to be a part of Northside Independent School District, which is a San Antonio school district. It is one of the largest, if not the largest, in San Antonio. So if you're within that district, you definitely have some good options for schools. But as we take a look at this last bedroom upstairs here, this one's going to be a little larger than the other two. I think the other two were about 11 by 12, and then this one's going to be about a 15 by 10. So it's going to be a tad larger. But we are now going to be making our way outside to take a look at the backyard. Now, 2 of the upgrades that Perry does offer that I did want to point out are going to be the fireplace and the sliding glass doors. So the fireplace is going to be an optional upgrade. This model home does have it. Some inventory homes may have the fireplaces already installed and others may not. And of course, the same goes with the sliding door as well. And as we step outside, we're going to be taking a look at the patio. Now, this model home, of course, it's going to have all the bells and whistles. So it does have the optional extended covered patio. So it's going to be a little larger than you would find just with the original size or standard size, I should say, of a patio. But they are all going to be covered as well. Now, of course, this yard here is going to be backed up to a green belt. So that's where you'll notice that wrought iron fence there in the back. If you are backed up to a green belt, then you are going to have that fencing for the back part of your fence. Otherwise, you are going to have that standard cedar post fence. But you are also going to see a difference in yard size here. So this yard obviously is being shared amongst the other 2 model homes. So the yard will not be as big as this. It just really depends on what lot you get. If you do get a corner lot, then you are going to have a little bit of a larger lot. But otherwise they're going to be pretty standard in size. But you can kind of just get the feel for what you can do with your yard, right? What landscaping you can do, what kind of optional things you can do in your backyard. This one has a fire pit there with some seating around, which is nice. But guys, I hope that you did enjoy this home tour. And if you are looking to buy a home or sell anywhere in the San Antonio or surrounding areas, feel free to reach out to Frank and I with the information on the screen, and we would love to help. Now, I hope you enjoyed this home tour. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you on the next video.